You do a clap too. There we go. Hello there. Welcome back. And today we're having a discussion about CM Punk versus John Cena Money in the Bank 2011 for the WWE Championship. A very, very popular match back in its heyday by wrestling fans. It was held up very high. One of CM Punk's best matches, one of John Cena's best matches. Critically did very well. Dave Meltzer gave it a 5-star review. And today I introduced Sam to the match. He watched it, the whole thing, and we're going to get his thoughts on it because he's not that much of a wrestling fan.
Not at all.
I am. And I felt like, hey, you show me comic books, I'm going to show you wrestling. Then come together and talk about it. So let's get your thoughts, Sam.
It was an entertaining match.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew wrestling wasn't, fake like a lot of people
You
said.
knew it wasn't real.
Hmm?
You knew it wasn't real. I mean,
No, I mean, it wasn't as fake as people have said.
Oh,
people
okay.
have told me. But I know it's not, like, actually,
like actual
fight to the death.
Because real fights are boring.
Yeah. But, there were way too many, there were so many kickouts.
Mm-hmm.
Always at, like, 2.5.
Yeah.
And that got frustrating after a while.
They do that too much, yeah.
Because, that's something you build up to. You build up to the last second escape. But there were some brutal hits on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So it was throughout the match, like the middle of the thing, I wasn't entirely sure what was going on, but the announcers explained what I thought. They filled in the holes for me.
Okay.
There might have been more to it, but what they said was suitable for me.
All right, so explain what you got from what the commentator said.
So as Marc said earlier, this was a championship match.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena is absolutely despised by Chicago as a city. I don't know why, but
Because CM Punk is from Chicago, hometown kid, and at this time, John Cena started to get booed. Because for a long time he was a face or a good guy,
boy, yeah.
golden boy. And this was when he started to get booed because CM Punk held him as a representation of the establishment. He's been champion so long. He's kind of like CM Punk, like before this, the big pipe bomb promo when he basically had a speech 8 minutes long where he basically broke the fourth wall and said he went around saying that they always make you to win, and that's like you don't deserve to win all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But he said it like, you don't deserve to get all the opportunities you do. I'm the best wrestler here. I'm the best at everything. I deserve all the opportunities that you get. That's basically his thing. He has a thing because he feels he has a thing against John Cena because he's kind of like taking up everyone else's spot. But he said he respects him because he knows that he's a better wrestler than everyone besides CM Punk himself. That was kind of stuff to the match. He said a lot more stuff. People loved it. It was one of the best, hottest thing in 2011. In my opinion, one of the few good matches in 2011. Not a great time for wrestling. But anyways, that's kind of set up. And the WWE Championship was on the line. He had it for like a couple months by now. And a nice twist on this though. Vince McMahon, owner of WWE, he said if you lose this championship, I'll fire you. Cause what the fuck? Cause CM Punk, I don't know if they said this in the commentary, but CM Punk, his contract in real life, his contract would expire on that night.
An hour after the match ended.
Yeah, and he didn't sign one until during one of the first matches during the show. So during the show, they were still trying to script out what they were going to do. So and the whole thing was he's going to win the championship and leave, take his ball and run, and John Cena would be the GOAT, not the greatest of all time. He would be the scapegoat for that failure because all that lineage is leaving. But that's basically the backstory. Go on and know what you felt about the match.
I also thought it was kind of nice how they touched on John Cena asking for CM Punk to be reinstated for something. And I was like, okay, that's nice. They have more history than I knew going in, so it was nice to get some context. A lot of brutal hits and a lot of ring outs.
What do you mean? ring outs.
people getting tossed out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then the ref making a big hoo-ha about you got 10 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
That happened a lot, and I don't know if that happens a lot all the time.
It doesn't happen a lot in regular matches. It happens a lot in championship matches to build up the drama.
Okay.
But if I'm watching wrestling, I recommend don't watching the ref because the ref, you're not really supposed to watch him. He's doing a bunch of bullshit that the wrestler's not even acknowledging. Besides, the only one thing, well, two things. Obviously, when he counts the pin, but the other thing that you want to pay attention to is when he counts the 5. When they're holding him in an illegal hold for too long or choking him against the ropes, he'll count the 5. The count out, he never gets the 10. That never really happens. But yeah, the ref is mainly there to count the pin. He's not really there. You don't have to pay attention to him.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
But it felt like a lot of the moves they were doing, a lot of the things they were doing, repeated themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You had CM Punk jumping off the top buckle thing like 3 times in the span of like 20 minutes. It felt like
This match was 31 minutes. It could have, in watching this again, not being detached from watching it live when it happened, the match itself probably went on 10 minutes too long. Because it had good spots in the beginning, middle, and end, but between the beginning and the middle, and between the middle and the end, it had a lot of filler, a lot of rest holds that you would call them. He put him in the headlock and just sit there and just rest because they've been doing a bunch of moves.
Yeah.
And I felt like it doesn't need to be 30 minutes just to do 30 minutes. That's what I felt. Or maybe some other match in the card ran short, so it had to go longer. Because you could see them at one point. You can tell that they're doing more than they expected to, or they're going longer than they expected to. Because when they're in a rest hold or in a headlock, one of the guys would cover their mouth and talk to him and say, "Let's just do this to fill some more time." Yeah. Did you pick up on that?
I picked up on. I knew they were saying something to each other, but I didn't I didn't know exactly what to go for.
Sometimes they're saying what they're going to do. Sometimes it's like, they're being a character and saying, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Not these days because it's peachy, but, yeah. Did you see the video patch before the match?
Yes. But that was like really early this morning, and then I fell asleep with my laptop open.
I used to do that a lot. Fall asleep, but it'd be my phone, and I have I'm laying in my bed doing this, and I fall asleep, and it falls right on my nose and on my teeth, and fuck. But anyways, you saw. Let's get to the ending though. When CM Punk hits John Cena with the go to sleep. That's the move. He has him on his shoulders, drops him, and supposed to hit him with his knee to his face. He didn't hit him in the face though. Hit him in the ribs. John Cena fall off the ring.
Yeah. At
that point, Mr. McMahon comes out.
Yes.
And why you have the flash on?
I didn't. I ran out of time, I guess.
Okay. And then other guy comes out. Did you know who that was?
The vice president of character interaction or something?
Talent relations. His name John Laurinaitis has a really hoarse voice. I feel like he smokes 2 packs a day, it sounds like. But you didn't get any of that here. I hate him. He's such a dumbass. Almost fucking killed Brock Lesnar once, but that's something different. That's something
Story for another day.
Comes in, he tries to. This sequence was a reference to something that happened in '97 called the Montreal Screwjob, where Vince McMahon wanted to get It was a very similar situation because Bret Hart had the championship. His contract was running out that night, and he was like, "I'm going to leave this company." But it was behind the scenes. He wasn't doing it for the cameras. I'm gonna take the champion and leave. I'm not losing it to Shawn Michaels. So Vince McMahon came out and for real told him ring the bell, he's done. Took the belt from him and basically screwed him out of it. And they're referencing that in this, which is nice. 14 years later, but John Cena wasn't having any of that.
Yeah, we're gonna fight this on. It's gonna be the best man wins or something. You said.
Yeah. And John Laurinaitis runs around the ring and gets fucking clocked by John Cena. And then, what was it after that? John Cena goes back into the ring, has him in STFU, submission.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets out of that. CM Punk eventually hits him with another go to sleep and he wins. And that's that. Alberto Del Rio come and cash in his money in the bank.
Gets immediately destroyed.
Gets destroyed.
There's not even a fight.
It's not
It's not even a match.
But like he tried to pull a Calhoun Burnside. Both had similar endings.
That's kind of what was anticlimactic to me. That's kind of why I was a little disappointed. John Cena, when Vince McMahon and Laurinaitis come in, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna fight this my way. We're gonna do it the right way. We're not gonna have you mess it up." Gets back in the ring, is immediately pinned, and it's like, okay, well, I thought you were gonna have some dramatic, like, some drama towards the end, but not quite.
No, yeah, but it was surprising at the time though that even would happen. You would expect another kick out, but no, it's just done. John Cena kicks out everything. Super Cena. The only time John Cena's ever been vulnerable is like against Brock Lesnar, which makes sense. But I'd rather like see him lose against more people. But after that, CM Punk wins, leads the championship, blows a kiss to Vince McMahon. A great moment.
And then runs through the crowd.
Yes. And if you catch next night on Raw, there was like video of him leaving the arena like a regular person and driving away in his car. And on his Twitter, he took a picture of the championship inside his refrigerator, saying like "fuck you," basically. But overall, it was you think it was a good match?
Yeah, it was a good match.
I liked it, but like compared to other main events, it was slow. But we can go either two directions. I remember when we did the podcast, we talked about movies. We would take one of the guys, like an all-star team of the cast.
Yeah. And
we would pick one of them and see what the other, like what movie was like out of those, what he did. So, like for like Saving Private Ryan, had like Tom Hanks, and pick like a Tom Hanks movie or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's CM Punk, there's John Cena, there's Vince McMahon. We're not doing anything with John Laurinaitis. But so out of those three characters, which one interests you the most?
Sadly, John Cena.
John Cena. I was hoping you would say that.
Cliched answer.
There's a fantastic match, which is a lot quicker than this. It doesn't really require that much context. They're just fighting over the championship. It's John Cena versus Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar, 2015. It was a three-way, and boy, was it intense. Because Brock Lesnar he looks like a gigantic erect penis ready to fuck someone up. He just it's so gigantic. Whenever I see him, I'm scared through the phone or the camera or the computer, wherever I'm watching on.
He's a big man.
It's gigantic. But yeah, that was a fantastic match. Now I can't wait to get your reaction on that one because it wasn't so much storytelling. It was a lot more. It was not like a culmination of a story. It was like in the match itself was supposed to be entertaining. Unlike this was like there was a lot of story to it, and the match just happened to be entertaining. Like we'll get to that all in all. What's your thoughts on wrestling now, though?
I can see the appeal, and I wouldn't mind watching more. But it's not something I don't think I'd ever like wait up for a match, or I'd get tickets to something, or I'd buy a pay-per-view event.
You should.
I would.
I mean, you don't do that anymore. You don't have to do that anymore because you got WWE Network. You pay $10 a month, and you get to watch everything you want. But what I don't understand is that pay-per-view costs $50 or $60. Who is paying $60 just to see that? That seems like way too much money.
I would only pay that much if I were like getting tickets to the actual event.
Yeah. Well, then,
and even then.
That's nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
So I wanted because WrestleMania this year, or this upcoming year, is going to be here in New Orleans. I'm like, how much the ticket's going to cost?
Too much.
Too much. Some cost a couple $1,000s to be ringside.
Well, that makes sense.
Makes sense. If I want to get like a lower bowl, and this is in the Superdome, lower bowl in the Superdome, it will still cost a couple $100. I'm like, you know what? I'll be fine watching at home. Just turn the volume up, and that gives me the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Too much damn people anyway.
And you don't get sweat on you. You don't get there.
Oh. Okay, this one wrestler. Well, this might be more wrestlers, but back in the day, there was one wrestler called Abdullah the Butcher. In every match, he would bleed, and he had hepatitis C.
In real life?
Yeah, he had. He never told me one until like way too late.
Oh.
He knew.
Oh.
So you So if you're sitting ringside, you better bring like a tarp or something like, oh my god. And another wrestler he wrestled, because back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of bloody matches.
Yeah.
Bloody wounds, rubbing on bloody wounds. And there's at least one wrestler that we know of that got FC from one of it.
Oh boy.
It's not good. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
boy, on that note, you know, I wanted to show you wrestling just to open up the door. I don't really care if you like the wrestling or not. There's just so much fucked up shit in wrestling. That's just the tip of the iceberg. From people getting FC, from people murdering their families, from people killing themselves, people getting nasty car accidents, from people like cracking their skull and during a match, to 15-year-old underage wrestlers getting stabbed in the middle of the ring. You looking at me with that? It's so much. Woo, boy, it's only the beginning.
oh boy.
Well, that's that. I enjoyed that. Next week, we'll come back with Seth Rollins versus John Cena versus Brock Lesnar World Heavyweight Championship match. We'll talk about that then. All right, see you later.